Just got this in the mail. Got off of Amazon. It was like 15 bucks. It's a little soft bullet gun. It shoots these things. There's a glow in the dark, and it actually shoots the whole cartridge, which is kind of fun. I already pulled off the grips, the tangent sight, and the selector. Gonna turn it into Lucy's dart gun from the new Fallout series, so we'll see how that goes. Here's progress check. Did some work on it. Cut a little bit out of the top here, which you'll see in a second. I'm just gonna mount this. Much better. Cut some of the stuff out of it. Obviously the magazine well. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the handle. I think I might cut it off here and just make like a big, huge grip round this off. So instead of having the ring trigger, I'll just have sort of a detached trigger guard. Shorten the magazine a little bit. Now it only holds preferably one, but up to two, just because the little stock, that stick thing, that's the part that goes forward and kicks this thing out. Because when there's two in here, there's no place for it to go. So if there's one, then it can at least retract a little bit. That way when you cock it, the little stick thing goes with it. It locks back because I cut a little groove into the hammer so that it'll hold it, which means if you want, you can actually manually load one in here too, and then just release it like that, and then it'll shoot it out. They don't shoot very hard, obviously. Manually load, it's a little bit of a chore. I might cut some more out of this, but either way, so release that, and then, dang, I missed. But that's the progress so far. Okay, so this is with the construction all done. I still need to sand it and fill it, and then sand it again and finish it. It looks pretty ugly right now. Strangely enough, the hardest thing that I had to do was making sure the barrel was straight, because when you have things that basically prolong that perspective, if it's even a half a millimeter off, it makes it look skewed and stuff. So that was a lot of the effort to make sure that the barrel was straight. And on top of that, I still didn't get the can straight. Promise it'll look better once it's sanded, filled, and painted. The way it works is there's the magazine right here, and again, it's just the 2 round, preferably 1 round. Where's my 1 round? Goes in there, and you cock it, and it locks back because of the hammer thing again, so that you can shoot it. You can also load it like that, and since I opened up that area right now, it's actually a lot easier to get it in. So it works. It's a working dart gun from Fallout. Again, the detail isn't 100%. I don't even think it's 75%, but once it's finished, hopefully it'll look a lot better.
So yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, saying that I'm done building it. No, I was totally not even close to being finished with construction, and I'm still not. More stuff that I gotta fix. The can that I straightened out, it was really, really bothering me. I added a little bevel right here. I have to fill it now so that it doesn't look like I added a little extra piece in there. I need to put some more stuff in here. The grip is the wrong angle so that when you hold it out, it's actually facing down a little bit, or at least the way my natural grip is. So I have to fix the angle, make it a little fatter. So, a lot of stuff to fix. What else? The overall paint scheme is going to be like silver, but I'm going to leave this stuff in black. Oh yeah, I got to trim all the excess parts off of the trigger guard so it looks more rounded. Anyway, I'm going to leave this under stuff right there black so that it doesn't stand out as much. But if I have this silver, this silver, this silver, hopefully the black actually kind of just blends in so that you don't see it as obviously. Mostly the grip thing, that's the thing that's bothering me the most, so more coming. Okay, so I fixed most of everything. The grip was the first thing that I had to readdress, and I realized that a lot of the character and the reason why it wasn't selling is Lucy's gun was the way she holds it, and that's because of the big clunky grip, and that's where a lot of the personality comes from, is that it's almost too big. And honestly, this still seems a little undersized for what the rest of it is. It's just that, like, if it was any bigger, which means if it was like thicker that way, then I wouldn't have been able to have a comfortable hold on it, which again is kind of the charm of the piece and how Lucy interacts with it. But I mean, there's a point of ridiculousness where it would have been like, reference Lawgiver from Judge Dredd. So that's fixed, and hopefully the ring trigger still sort of gives a general impression of the on-screen version, even though it's fixed. I bolstered the underbarrel part right here. I just threw in a little scrap of 1-inch PVC. This part right here you can't really do much about, even though in the on screen it's all smooth and stuff, and it's not C96 and stuff like that. But again, I kind of had to fudge it a little bit. It's all primered and stuff, and the release is accessible by the thumb. I don't know where it happened, but somewhere along the way it lost a lot of power. Maybe there's like excess friction somewhere, but oh well, it still shoots, which is all I'm looking for. The magazine, I only painted the bottom. Well, I painted it first, and then it wouldn't fit properly and it wouldn't drop out, so I sanded all that off, and then I left it in and then painted it so that it covered up all the visible orange, so now it actually drops out properly. I don't know how it sights. Where's the rear sight? Is this the rear sight? Is this the rear sight? Next is the silver ring. I got silver leaf and pewter, because there's two different types of silver on here. There's the shiny and then there's the aluminum looking. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, so it's all silvered. I used two different silvers. I used the pewter and the silver leaf. It's very old school Nintendo Zapper. What happened when I hit it with the buffing wheel, it gave it this really, really cool hammered look to it, and honestly, I'm super digging that. The black down here, I was kind of hoping that whole area would disappear as kind of like a shadow, but you can still see it pretty clearly, but that's okay. Ooh, that was a good one. So yeah, where do I want to go from here? I'm going to let it sit for a couple of days. You know, just let the rub and buff settle in and stuff. Anyway. Oh, I'm empty. Okay, so just for comparison, this is the same family as the C96 that I modified, and it's shot about the same distance, and this actually reaches the cabinet. And this is the modified one now. It dropped right about at where my shoes are, but it's a firing Lucy dart gun, so I consider it a win. Okay, final part. This is actually finished. I don't plan on doing anything else to this unless I do. But either way, as of right now, I don't plan on doing anything else to this. Stripped off all of the rub and buff because I hated it, and then I repainted it with an aluminum and a semi-chrome metallic, and I'm having a hard time differentiating between the two on camera. The barrel, slide, and can are the chrome, and then all this under stuff here, the shroud, handle, trigger, and guard, that's all the aluminum stuff. There is a slight bit of weathering. I just gave it a really quick, really thin black wash, just so I could get it in some of the cracks. But either way, I wanted it to be clean, new silver, because that's the way it is in the show. So why did I use this particular platform, the C96? I was looking for something that had a high bore axis, which means the barrel is higher than your hand would be. For comparison, and if you line up the triggers, you can see that the barrel is almost an inch higher than it would be on the 45. And the reason for that is because that's the way it is in the show. It's really high over her hand. And again, I already talked about how it looks and how that particular dynamic actually defines a lot of the characteristics of the dart gun itself. By the way, whenever I say dart gun, all I hear is, no,
I said dart gun.
That's what's in my head. But I knew that I was gonna cut off the magazine, and I wanted to make it manually loading. Again, that was one of those things from the start, but from there I didn't really have any idea. It was all just sort of freestyle. This, I think I can leave it where it is. Obviously it's still pretty crunchy in places, just because like I already knew that the top was going to be all not accurate, so honestly I wasn't really concerned about accuracy. Speaking of accuracy, one of the things that I noticed after I had started painting it and stuff was that the can doesn't look as big. This is just 1-inch PVC, which is about a little less than 1 3/8 outer diameter, and I thought that's what it was. But looking at it again, it's not. It's actually a lot wider, more like 1.5 inches, possibly even more. And I didn't actually realize that until way late, and then I was like,
Son of a, 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 son of a.
so I'm checking my notes. There's actually a couple of different versions of this. One actually has non-knurled scales, and it's just a darker shade. Another one has the knurling on the front block here and the grips. One of the versions, this extra little bolster right here, that's not there, so it's just the uniform girth all the way down. So yeah, there's a couple of different versions that are out there that have been photographed, I'm guessing, for stunt versions or hero versions, blah, blah, blah. Checking my notes again. I had a note in there that says, make sure you say why you made it out of an existing gun, because I wanted it to shoot. That's all that part is, so moving on to the next note. And that's it. That's Lucy's dart gun from the new Fallout series. I don't know how to end this. It's like, how do you say goodbye when you're on the phone with a whole bunch of people? I don't know. You just stop talking and you hang up. So that's it. This is me hanging up. We'll see ya. I don't know what I was going to say after that. Can you see that far? Referencing my shoes. That's our ghoul friend, silently judging from the side.